Did you just land a new amazing job? Congratulations! That is so exciting. But I also know that with landing a new job, maybe you are stepping up in a leadership role, or you're moving on in your leadership career, or you're doing something different. In any case, I know from personal experience and with all the clients that I've worked with that starting a new job can also come with a lot of stress and worry and anxiety, right? Our imposter syndrome very often kicks in, and we're wondering, what have I gotten myself into? But we can also worry about, what if we don't live up to expectations? Like, okay, I interviewed and I tried to really sell myself. What if I've oversold myself? What if I can't live up to it? What if I don't get there fast enough? Right? And these are all good questions to ask ourselves. But what usually happens, and one of the mistakes that I see a lot of, especially type A, overachiever, perfectionist, people-pleasing women that tend to find their way to me, doesn't necessarily serve us, is actually to start the job. We hit the ground running. We want to prove ourselves. We want to do as much as possible, as quickly as possible. What usually happens over time is that when we do that, we actually miss the very critical window when we start a new role, which has to do with actually understanding what we've been hired to do, the history of the organization, understanding what they've done and what they haven't, and why they have or haven't done things, understanding the culture, decision-making processes, politics, decision-making. There's like so many things that when we come into a new environment, it is very valuable to take time to understand that. And also to build relationships and alliances with the stakeholders that are basically going to make or break how successful we are in our role. And if we miss that window because we're so busy proving ourselves, it is tricky to actually catch up with that further along. But also to remember that our success in our role is not measured by what we've done the first few weeks or months that we're there, but basically where we are in 12, 18, 24 months and beyond, right? So for the women that I work with, when they say, okay, Anne, I have this new role, I know it's a great opportunity for me to really live up to my full potential, to really make an impact, and to really do the work that I want to do, be the leader that I want to be, right? But they also know that it's probably going to be easier, more effective, faster if I get help. So when I help women nail their first 90 days, there are 4 things that we focus on that are very important for anyone who wants to be successful in a new role needs to do. The first one being to accept that the first 90 days most effectively are broken down into first 30 days, learn, next 30 days, plan, and the final 30 days is to start to execute. So it's not about hitting the ground running, but to learn, plan, execute, get some quick wins. And that's when the actual, like, real, proper, effective work starts. The second thing we do is to reinvent ourselves, preferably before we start the new role. That's when it's most effective to do this exercise, but we can do this even a few weeks in. And that is to take stock of the behaviors and the thought patterns that we've had up until now that don't serve us, that make us feel bad, that we've gotten feedback from other people that we need to stop or start doing, and really take the opportunity going into this new role to say, I'm going to leave that behind in my old job. And in this new role, who do I need to be? How do I need to show up? What do I need to believe? What do I need to trust about myself in order to be successful here, right? Because what got you here isn't going to be what gets us there, right? So this is an incredibly powerful exercise to do as we transition into this new environment and with these new people and in this new role, right? Third area, personal brand. You start a new job, you're going to be making a lot of introductions and people are going to introduce you. So to know, how can we introduce ourselves, not just saying the same old thing that we've been doing forever, but to really think in the context of this new role, anything from quickly introducing ourselves in a new meeting for a few seconds, or sitting down and having lunch with somebody. What can we share about ourselves that positions ourselves in the way that people want and need to see us in this new role? Super powerful exercise as well. And the fourth thing, how are you going to spend the first few days and weeks to optimize this learning so that you meet the right people, you ask the right questions, you synthesize what it is that you've learned, and preferably present that to your boss and potential other stakeholders to really get an idea of where you can provide the most value and be the most effective in your role. And if we do all of this, you know what happens? We sit down in our 90-day review and our boss is so impressed and amazed with how well we understand the business or the organization, the culture, the problem that we're trying to solve. We've built relationships and we have a solid plan that everybody feels good and confident about, that if we just execute on this, amazing things are going to happen. And you, the women that I work with, get to sleep through the night without waking up with panic, wondering what we're doing and how everything is going to go. And we get to feel good about and confident about the path forward. So if you're about to start in a new role or you just did and this speaks to you, feel free to reach out, send me a DM or book a call with me, and we will set you up for success and make sure that you not nail your first 90 days, but also that you're successful in your role, hopefully get the promotion, get paid what you deserve, get all the praise that you want and need, etc., etc.